Bear with us, folks. We're experiencing some technical delays, but we're going to be with you very, very shortly. And once again, I have screwed it up by not unmuting myself when I began talking. So this is definitely a shift live stream if your host is doing everything himself and he can't multitask and he is muted when he begins. So thank you all for coming. I'm glad we got that out of the way. Let's never do that again. we have a really, really cool live stream for you today with a big announcement. Before we get to that announcement, I want to recap a little bit about what we talked about last time. Last time we talked about the new team members that we brought onto the film, including independent film producers who have done this many times and who are helping us scale up from the short film in a big way. We've also, I also announced that we have access to the same technology that they used on The Mandalorian in order to make it look like they were shooting outside, but really just about the entire first season of that show was shot on the inside. And we also talked about how we are talking with private investors. My phone is blowing up. I gotta mute that sucker. We're talking about how we are talking with some private investors, and because things were going very well there, are continuing to go well, very, very well there, we actually canceled our reservations for a potential round 2 of crowdfunding, which is why it is very surprising to announce that we are actually launching, as of today, as of I think just like an hour ago, we are launching crowdfunding round 2. This is very unexpected. It's a big surprise to you, I'm sure, and honestly, probably an even bigger surprise to me. As of 2 weeks ago, this was not even a thing. This has come together very quickly. It is happening. We are now accepting more investment at angelstudios.com/theshift. That is a new URL, angelstudios.com/theshift. You can go there right now and you can invest in the shift once more. There are reasons that make sense to do this, and there are reasons why a month ago we were telling you we were canceling reservations for a second round and not going to do it, and now we are. And the reasons are rules have changed, circumstances have changed, but the two men who are most qualified to tell you about some of the really exciting things that are happening that the shift is actually kind of a piece of are Neal and Jeff Harmon, and they're here with me now, and I'm going to bring them on. Guys, you're now unmuted. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Brock. Thanks for having us on.
I really appreciate you guys being here. This is an exciting day, and I don't want to tie you up very long because I know you have a big announcement, that things that you're doing yourself in just like less than an hour. But the big thing that's happening for the shift is that we are going out again. We're going out largely because you guys approached me and said, we think this is a good idea. And I think my first reaction to that was, oh my gosh, I don't know that I can. It's not a small thing to do this. But of course, I believe so strongly in the shift, and I know that you do too. And you helped me understand that it was a good idea. So the big thing that you're talking about today is the formation of Angel Studios. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how that relates to the shift?
You bet. So Jeffrey has been leading the charge on rebranding our company as Angel Studios. So I'll let him give a little bit of insight on what that process was like. But from a top level, Angel Studios is now entirely focused on providing a home for stories that amplify light in the world. And VidAngel, the filtering company, is now separate from Angel Studios. And so Jeffrey has led that process of rebranding, and I'll let him talk about that.
So we moved away from the name VidAngel Studios because I did some research on the naming and just learned that it just had some spelling issues for word of mouth. And so we've always wanted to be Angel Studios. We got angelstudios.com, and it's a more appropriate name for where we're headed, because everybody who invests in a project or backs a project like Chosen, or participates in any way to help a project get made, our tagline is be part of stories that matter. And so if you become part of a project and you're part of that, then you are an angel. You're an angel investor, you're an angel to help the project succeed. So that's what we're naming it after the viewers. And that's the big announcement that's coming today. We're actually doing an offering ourselves with Angel Studios as well. to raise money to develop out the platforms and build out the systems that we're working on.
Yeah, and I know that you guys are going to be talking a lot more about Angel Studios and how it works exactly on your own live stream here at the top of the next hour. Where can they go to find that live stream, to watch that along with everybody else?
They can go to the live stream. Will be in the live stream tab at an.gl/invest. That's the short URL. I think it's also just angelstudios.com/invest. We'll go there, but an.gl/invest. And you go to the live stream tab and it will be in there. And then we'll be talking about how in 2020 we had over $47 million in revenue come in for the distribution of Dry Bar Comedy, The Chosen, and now we're building a whole bunch more shows. And The Shift is one of the ones we're going to be distributing.
Mm-hmm. So talk to me about that. Like, why is now the right time to bring The Shift back for another round? Because we just did this 6 months ago. So why is it a good idea to do it again?
Yeah, well, we think it's a good idea to get behind you, Brock. We're
very bullish on your future.
Yeah, we're bullish on partnering with you to distribute The Shift. Like that's what we're interested in. So, I had suggested, and you talked to Fred, that maybe you should talk about how Fred's the guy who runs the portal, and why don't you go talk to Fred and see if you guys want to time your round 2 with the launch of Angel Studios, because for us, we just want you to get funded so that we can distribute your project.
That's right.
Right. Well, and I think what Angel Studios is doing is really exciting, and I think people are going to be really excited by that. And I think by, I think you guys have been known for so long, and I say you guys, and I'm talking about Angel Studios, which is a new name, but not really a new concept. It's very much just a rebranding of what you've been doing for years now with The Chosen. Significantly with The Chosen and also with Dry Bar. And I think both of those prove that there is an appetite for the type of very specific, and in my mind anyway, very specific kind of quality, not faith-based so much, but just quality, like appropriate content. I don't even want to say family-friendly, because it is, but that kind of has this weird connotation to it, and I don't think that's quite right.
It's too much baggage, family-friendly.
It's too much baggage.
We call it the home of stories that amplify light.
There you go.
And the best way to define light is to look up in the New Testament, Philippians 4:8, and that just talks about whatever's excellent, worthy of praise, true. There's a list of things that we think stories of light embody, and so that's what our studios are going to be centered around, and those are the kinds of creators and audiences that we're going to track are people who want to uplift those around them with great content.
Yeah, so we were just talking to a filmmaker today, a producer in LA, and he's thrilled about what we're doing, very excited about it. And he said, well, what if we don't want to just do family content? We said, well, it's not. It's amplified light content. So like we gave, for me personally, would be like Jojo Rabbit would fit in that world, right? Or totally. So it's not. That's a very heavy movie for a little kid,
right? Even though it's about a little kid.
Yeah.
It's a hard movie to watch, but when you're done, you feel like there's light in that film.
Absolutely. One of my favorites that came out. What was that? Last year? Year before?
Yeah, like 2 years ago, I think. And it's like, it's really important for people to. Well, they'll understand it over time. They're just going to see the content we release, and it will be.
And importantly, it's not us who are making the decisions. Again, the company is named after everybody who's helping you, Brock, and everybody who's helping us, the Angels, right? It's Angel Studios, and those are the people who will
make the decisions. They made the decisions to make Chosen Season 2 happen.
Yep.
Chosen Season 2 is fully funded, and now they'll make the decision to make Chosen Season 3 if Chosen Season 2 is good enough, which I think it will be. And and they're the ones who make the decisions that Dry Bar continues, So it's a Dry Bar and Chosen are both now self-sustaining.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and I know that part of what you guys have talked a lot about is this idea that for 100 years Hollywood has kind of been in charge of what we see. It's a bunch of guys in suits chomping on cigars. I mean, this is the picture I have in my head. And deciding what I in my suburban life would like to enjoy while they're living in their crazy mansion. Again, in my imagination. And I think what's so powerful about Angel Studios is that you really are taking that same power out of those mansions and putting it right into the hands of, basically everybody who's watching this right now.
Yep.
And that's really exciting. And what's exciting about that is that's exciting in theory. You can say that in theory, but what's happened over the last couple of years is that you've proven it works. You've already tested this idea with The Chosen and with other things.
There's a really phenomenal book for anybody who's watching who wants to understand more about crowdfunding and crowds. There's a book called The Wisdom of Crowds. It's like decade old. It is a phenomenal book. The first half of that book gave us a lot of ideas for this model.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, hey guys, thanks so much for joining us. I really appreciate you popping in and just kind of laying the groundwork here. I'm excited to be part of Angel Studios. I'm excited that the Shift gets to be a part of it. I feel like we're part of a very, very cool club, and I think that what is about to happen, what you're about to announce in now another 45 minutes, I think it's going to attract a lot of attention, a lot of people. Hopefully, I know a whole lot of funding, but I think we're going to see more and more. The Chosen Dry Bar, really just the beginning. That's what I see. I know that's what you guys see too.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you, Brock. We appreciate everything you're doing, and we appreciate those who are supporting Brock in this journey. It's a good one.
We see Brock as a future powerhouse in the filmmaking world. So we're trying to make sure we keep our relationship with him.
Yep.
Sounds good to me. To me. All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Bye.
We'll talk to you later. Bye. All right. So that was Neal and Jeff Harmon. Angel Studios has been in the works for a while, and I'm personally I'm so glad to be a part of it. And as much of a surprise as this is to be doing another round of crowdfunding, it makes a lot of sense. And I want to talk about just some of the things that make this make a lot of sense. That why to do this now, besides what Neal and Jeff just presented to you. I know that there's probably a million questions, and the bulk of this stream, I'm going to leave 4 questions. We're going to end before the top of the hour because I want you to be able to go and watch Neal and Jeff's presentation if you can, because I think they just kind of gave you a taste of what Angel Studios is all about and what they're going to be presenting at the Angel Studios website at the top of the hour is going to be a much more full exploration of what Angel Studios is, and I think you'll see just how powerful it potentially is. But before I get to just kind of my more full explanation of the crowdfunding round 2, we've already got some more investments. This thing is live right now, and we've already got more investments. I want to say a big shout out to, and thank you to Denise from Florida for partnering with us for $501. Thank you so much, Denise. Also, Kara from Texas with $501. I believe both Kara and Denise are previous investors of ours, and we're so glad to have them again and come again on this second round. If you have invested before, you're welcome to invest again. We also want to welcome Mark from Massachusetts, who is partnering with us for $111. Thank you so much, Mark. And Kathy from Texas just partnered with us for another $501. We haven't even been live for like an hour and a half, I think, at this point, and we've already got those 4 investments. Love it. I love it. And as long as we're live here, I'll try to shout out as many as I can as they're coming in. So what are the other factors here? What are the other factors here and why we're doing this again? First of all, that URL again, you can see it on the screen. It's angelstudios.com/theshift. I encourage you to go there. You're not only going to be able to invest there, you're going to see our new pitch video, which I'm going to be showing you in just a minute on this live stream. And you're going to see a lot more detail of just, kind of explanations of what we're doing and how this time is different from last time, that sort of thing. You'll also see some of the new members that we've added to our team. They are there as well, And so head on over there. Go now if you want. You don't have to listen to me. If you just want to read it all over there, that's great too. But definitely head over there after I'm done at the very least. Oh, we just got another. Oh my goodness. Janice from Illinois just invested $1,503. Janice, thank you so much. Wow, I got chills. I mean, this is happening really fast and really soon. Yeah, I got chills. Thank you, Janice. Okay, so here are the kind of the big factors. Neal and Jeff already talked about how VidAngel is kind of its own company. And back when we were doing this original crowdfunding round, VidAngel was in bankruptcy. They were straight up in bankruptcy, and they had been for a while. And that was due to a lawsuit that they had with Disney at the time, and that, I think, really hurt us in a lot of ways. I think it was harder for people to have confidence. This little movie that nobody's ever heard of, trying to become a big movie, being backed by this company that's in bankruptcy. It's not the best look, but it's what we did and what we tried for. And even with that, we got over $150,000 in investment, and that was incredible. But I think that we could have done a lot better if not for the VidAngel situation. Now, not only is VidAngel out of bankruptcy and doing better, but we're actually now part of Angel Studios, which had revenue, as Neal and Jeff said, of $47 million last year. So we're partnered with a successful company that's brand new and doing some amazing things. And so that just puts us in a much better position, just in confidence-wise. I mean, if you're sitting here and you're wondering, is this really a good idea? I mean, that's up to you, but I feel really good about who we're working with and their position, and I hope that gives you confidence, because it certainly does give me confidence. The other thing that is different is that previously we could only raise $1 million. That was it. That was the cap, and that was just due to the regulations at the time that governed the crowdfunding that we were doing. Well, that rule is gone. We can now raise up to $5 million. And so that's what's possible. Our minimum goal this time is $500,000. And the reason for that is because even with $500,000, that is going to give us what we need to kind of bump the shift to the next level with investment and with our private equity investors, and then also getting the attention of some of the actors that we want to go out to. But we have the ability to raise much more than that minimum goal. But we are confident that if we raise that minimum goal, that will kick us up a notch to where we need to be to really do the rest of the raise that we need to in order to make this film. And the other thing that's really changed is that in our understanding of things is that previously we had this barrier where we thought that investors, we had to pay out our crowdfunding investors, and then our private investors could come in and they could get paid after them, which is kind of a barrier if you're a private investor. That's not necessarily the thing that you want to hear. But it turns out that that's not true. As it turns out, all investors can be paid equally at the same time. So it puts everybody on the same playing field, which is really more fair, and it just makes more sense. But that makes it so that we can do crowdfunding here, and we can do the private investment over there, and everybody is equal. And that's a game changer. That is a complete and total game changer. So those things are kind of factoring into this decision, and it makes this going out again for a round 2 a really, really good idea. Okay, I'm going to show you our pitch video. We have a new pitch video. It's a little bit familiar, but I think there's also, you're going to see some new stuff in there. So let's cut to that, and then when I come back, think of your questions. If you got questions, hit me up. We're going to try to wrap this up within the next half hour. So here we go, our new pitch video. Hi, my name is Brock Heasley, and I'm the writer and director of The Shift, a short film I'm ready to turn into a full feature film. It's about the struggle between light and dark, a struggle we all share. I wanted to put that struggle on the screen and see a character handle it in the way that I would as a Christian, which is simply to pray. Quiet faith in the face of great darkness and temptation. Just like most believers, I've faced that kind of darkness, and I've desperately needed that kind of prayer. I'm thinking about the violent death of my father, and the years of struggle towards understanding my wife and I had with our daughter with special needs. And we're not alone. So many good people struggle with chronic illness and children who go astray, and more and worse. And in those long moments, knowing that God is real and knowing He exists, and we wonder when He's going to help, when He's going to show His face again. That's what the feature film will be about, a man who has already seen God's hand in his life, and that's when his true trial of faith begins. I don't know a single believer who doesn't know exactly what that struggle is like. And by telling that story, we have a chance to not only entertain, but to encourage and bring hope to so many.
I cannot wait to see how God is going to speak and move in the hearts of both those who believe and those who don't yet.
That's what makes the shift so powerful.
The Shift short film is so powerful.
Very powerful message of positivity.
It is not an accident that this film is coming out now.
I truly believe that this is one of those feature films that will help usher in a whole new generation of faith-based cinema.
And that's why I feel this shift has to be made.
It has to be made.
And we've got the right team to do it. Not only do we have people who have been involved in successful Hollywood productions like A Quiet Place, Argo, World War Z, Pulp Fiction, and the upcoming Jungle Cruise, but we've also got Dallas Jenkins.
Hey there, I'm Dallas Jenkins. I'm the creator of The Chosen, and I wanted to share with you a little bit of why I have actually signed on to be one of the executive producers of The Shift. I remember when I first saw the short film, The Shift, and I remember thinking to myself, I don't know who this person is who made this, but I'm really impressed, and I wanted to see more. I wanted to see how it could be expanded upon. I wanted to see what Brock could do with an actual budget. And I think the message of The Shift and the future of The Shift is so important.
And we've also got the composers for The Chosen, Matthew S. Nelson and 4-time Grammy winner Dan Hasseltine. The story is bigger than what you've just seen, and it's not exactly the kind of movie Hollywood is used to putting out. That's where you come in. Together, you and I, we can turn this short film into a feature film and reach so many more people. In a previous crowdfunding round, we raised over $150,000. That brought us to the attention of not only private investors, but also to successful independent film producers who have now come on board because they see a potential crossover movie that can do well not only in the faith-based space, but also with general audiences, both domestically and internationally. With a bigger budget goal, we can make a movie that matches the quality of the story we're telling and approach known actors who will give us an even better chance in the marketplace.
My name is Heasley, and I played the role of Molly in the Shift short film. I can't wait to find out who replaces me. Is it Jennifer Garner? Can it be Jennifer Garner? Jennifer, call me.
So how do we do this? First of all, this isn't a Kickstarter. We're not looking for donations. No, this is an investment. We're partnering with Angel Studios to invite you to be a true participator in any profits. If this film succeeds, you have the chance to earn a return based on the details in our offering. Step 1, you back the project by buying a part of the film before it's created. Step 2, if the film earns enough revenue from distribution, you could see a return up to 120% of your investment before the creators get any of the profits. Step 3, if you do receive the full 120% of your investment, any further profits will be split according to your ownership percentage for the entire life of the project. I'm ready to follow Kevin out the door. I want to see what happens to him after he's had this incredible journey of faith, and he knows it's not going to get any easier. It's actually going to get harder. This is the chance to tell the story of a modern-day Job, a person who already had faith and was then seemingly abandoned by God and severely tested. Kevin, like Job and like all of us, will have to make the choice every day to still believe despite all evidence and hardship to the contrary, to find the light that cuts through the darkness. That's the story we could tell together, and it's the story people need, especially right now.
I can't wait to see how impactful and powerful it's going to be up on the big screen.
I really believe in the message and the power that lies in this film.
And I just can't wait to see what happens.
Join us and invest in The Shift today at angelstudios.com/theshift. And once again, I was muted. And once again, you are all laughing at me. I really, really need to get another set of hands here who can hit that button for me. But that is our new pitch video. That is what is going on. We are able to do this second round of crowdfunding because of you, because of your support. We know that this can be a successful effort, and we very much believe that it will be. I am ready to hit... Sorry, I'm getting hit with a whole bunch of people telling me that I'm muted. And Orlando is currently laughing at me. He's watching and he's laughing. And what in the world is wrong with me? I don't know. I'm not a multitasker. Ask my wife. She'll tell you 100 times. I am a terrible, terrible, terrible multitasker. Tim says, we love you, Brock. Thank you, Tim. I need a little bit of love right now. I'm so rusty. It's been so long since I've really done this regularly. And I'll tell you what, this past 2 weeks has been a whirlwind. I mentioned at the top of this that 2 weeks ago, this wasn't even a thing. Going out again, doing another crowdfunding round, it wasn't even a thing. VidAngel called me up, said, let's have a meeting. They said, what do you think about this? And now here we are. And honestly, I did not think we'd be able to pull this together so quickly. But it's happening. We are going out the same day that Angel Studios is launching. And we think that's really going to be to our advantage with this. Angel Studios is going to be launching a number of other projects as well. And that is just going to increase the number of people who are going to come to the Angel Studios site and see what it is that we're up to. And so we hope to capture even more people that way, and hopefully they'll see the shift, and they'll see what you've seen in the shift. Those of you that are watching right now, you've seen something special in it. That's why many of you have backed it. We, over this next month, as we do this campaign again, a new campaign, we would love to have your support even more. I mean, yes, investment, and please, if you feel so inclined, please do invest, even as little as $100. You know, those little investments, they add up, and they can make for huge things, and they encourage other people to come. Matthew says he's fashionably late. Well, welcome anyway, Matthew. Roper says it was a good video. So I think he's talking about the pitch video. Thank you, Roper. Getting the word out, sharing posts, sharing this live stream with your friends. These are the things that help people come and to see the shift. You know that this is a different kind of film. You know that this short film isn't really like anything you've ever seen before. It's not really like anything anybody's ever seen before. Sometimes I look at it and I wonder who came up with that. I'm not patting myself back on the back here. I'm just simply acknowledging that it's a different kind of film. And because it's different, that's why we feel like it can do such big things. I talked in the pitch video about how this is a crossover movie. As we have onboarded more people kind of from the Hollywood end of things, not like the studio Hollywood end of things, but like the independent film Hollywood end of things. People of integrity, people who operate within that sphere and know how to do it well, know how to do it right. They've read this script. Yes, people have read the script. And I'm talking not about the short film, I'm talking about the feature film. And they have been impressed, and they have seen a potential for this film that is beyond what I even initially envisioned. I mean, I always thought that we could bring in people who aren't necessarily ever going to really watch a faith-based film, but they see this as straight up a film that can be marketed as a film to just about any type of audience, including those who enjoy sci-fi, and drama films, and that it will play very, very well for them, even with all of the faith elements that we have in there. That is really, really exciting to me, because I want to do, and I think that this film will do well within the faith-based space, and I want it to operate in there, and I want it to be something that those of you who are like me, who have a strong faith, that you come to this and your faith is strengthened, that you see light within it, like Neal and Jeff were talking about. But I also want people who don't think like me and who don't believe like me to have a good experience, to be entertained and to be moved. And you never know what can happen when that happens. I know that there are people right now that are watching that don't share my faith, that don't, believe the way that I do or that you do, but they find something worthy within the shift. Imagine this film going out and capturing more and more people like that. I don't know. I see this film as being a force for good in the world, and that's what gets me excited about it. Beyond just wanting to make something really cool and really entertaining, that's not enough for me, to be honest with you. It's not enough to be really cool, because I'm not, nor have I ever been, and it's not enough to make something entertaining. It's to me, it's always about putting something into the world that makes the world a little bit better, and that and that can do something that's good, something that I feel personally called by my Heavenly Father to do. That's what it's about for me. I am ready for any questions anybody has. I don't know that there's. Let me scan through here. Nicolette Black says, it transcends the faith-based boundaries because it's such a universal narrative. I agree. I think that's definitely one of the aims. Somebody struggling with not feeling worthy, somebody struggling with those negative voices, which is really what Satan is in the film. He's just kind of that negative voice that's picking away at Kevin and telling him, you're no good, you're not worthy, and this is why, and you do this, and just give up because, there's no point in even trying because you're just so bad. That's a universal experience. I think we've all had that voice in our heads, particularly those who suffer from depression and things like that. And that's what I hope the film can speak to them. Kathy says, she's asking Orlando, will we be able to have our investment go through quickly? I had trouble last time and missed out. Kathy, there is a help button on the Angel Studios website, on angelstudios.com/theshift. There's a help button there, and if you have any kind of trouble whatsoever, please hit that help button. And honestly, if that's not working out for you, the help, for whatever reason, let me know, and I'll make sure that somebody gets in touch with you. And that goes for everybody. If you're having any kind of trouble whatsoever, please direct message us through the Shift Film page on Facebook, and we'll make sure that somebody is able to help you with your investment if you're having any trouble at all. Judy asks, is there a timeline? Great question, Judy. Yes, we do have a timeline. We are hoping to start shooting fall of this year. This year, in the fall, we want to start shooting. Now, in order to do that, there's a number of things that have to be going on. We need to get our actors together. We need to get our crew together. And really the most important piece of that, honestly, is the actors. If we can get some of these name actors that we're thinking of for these roles, if we can get them attached to this project, and we can get them attached to this project if we have the money to do so. We can't just go to them and say, hey, come and do this, and then we'll get money. We need to have some money, and then we can go talk to them. Once we are able to do that, we attach them, and then even more money will come. That's the way a lot of film investment works. And then we can start scheduling things, and we can start scheduling them for the fall. So that's kind of our goal right now. And so we feel that this raise that we're doing right now is going to help us get there in a big way. It's gonna kickstart everything that we need to get going in order to make that fall shoot time. And I say all of that underlining the word goal. We, of course, are going to do everything we can to hit that, but a goal is a goal. It could change. But I can tell you this: if we are able to get the investment that we need, that goal will be reached, no problem. Oh my goodness, Kathy from Pennsylvania just invested $3,003. My goodness, Kathy, thank you so much. If you're listening right now, thank you so much. That's an amazing number. It's an amazing number. All right, you guys are gonna make me cry. I'm not doing that. Let's see, what other questions do we have here? Noah says, have any actors been cast? No actors have been cast as of yet. Right now, we're trying to, I'll be very transparent with you guys. The two roles that we are focusing on right now are the role of Kevin and the role of Satan. Once we cast those two roles, are able to get people in place for those roles, then we can start thinking about the other roles. And so that's really kind of what money is going to get us right now. It's going to get us the ability to go to those actors with a real offer, a serious offer, and to get them to take this film seriously and to read the script. And actually, it's not really the actors so much, it's the agents. You got to get through the agents. The agents aren't going to take you seriously unless you've got some money in hand. And so that's who we're focusing on, is Kevin and Satan. We feel like if we can cast some very quality actors in those roles with some name recognition, we're going to be in a really good spot. Let's see, any other questions that I've missed yet? Kara says, loved the pitch video, ready to invest again. Kara has invested many times. that's a powerful pitch video if Kara wants to invest again. And Kara, of course, has a little spotlight in that video. Several of you probably noticed yourselves in our new pitch video, and we thank you for providing those videos to us. That was the great thing about doing another crowdfunding round, is that I have this wealth of material that I just didn't have the first time. Dallas and you guys, and I'm able to put that in our pitch video and show that to new people who are coming to this for the first time. Maybe some of you are listening right now who are coming to the shift for the first time, and you're seeing this pitch video, and I think that video is just so much more powerful than the one that we had before. Not that it was bad, not the one we had before was bad, but it was me talking in a restaurant, and Orlando talking in the office, and Kyle talking in the alleyway, and Aaron, which we kept, talking in our house, the house I'm in right now. And that was cool, but it's so great to have you talking about the film. To me, those are the most powerful parts of our new pitch video. It's when I shut up and you take the stage. I would much rather listen to you talk about the shift than me, but we're kind of stuck with me. Don't worry, when we make the film, I won't be on film. Then you guys can watch other people then, but for right now, you're kind of stuck with me. Noah says, the first thing you need to learn as a director is to push buttons. Actually, that is not true. Noah is talking about my lack of talent for hitting the mute button appropriately. Directors don't push buttons. Directors tell other people to push buttons. So I do not need to brush up on my button pushing skill. Thank you very much, Noah. All right, there's any other questions here down at the bottom? Orlando reminded me of something. He came in and said the plan is to film almost all of it here in our hometown of Fresno, California. We are actually in talks with the city right now, and they are very favorable towards us thus far. And that's true. We met with the deputy mayor last week or week before, and had a great conversation with him. He took what we're doing to the mayor, and now the mayor has assigned a special, I don't know if liaison is the right word, who is going to basically assign to us to help us with all of the asks that we have to establish a firm relationship between the city of Fresno and this film, so that we can be really smart with our money and make it go as far as it can go. That, by the way, is not a common thing. That is a really a wonderful advantage for us to have this close relationship with the city. And we're not sure entirely, what we're going to get from that relationship. We know what we want. We want things like, deals on hotels and police and fire and blocking off some streets and things like that. But all those talks are going to be ongoing. But the great thing is that the city has already indicated to us, hey, we think what you guys are doing is terrific, and we want to support you. So even though we're not in production yet, even though we're not even really technically in pre-production yet, we're in what's called a development phase. We are still kind of like doing some pre-production stuff and visiting locations and talking with the city. And I'm excited to be shooting this in my hometown. I'm excited to be having this relationship with the mayor. I think, I don't know, the shift is a hard lift, and it has been a hard lift. I've been working on this thing for years. But we are at the point now where I'm seeing these things happening. These things that I don't believe would be happening without some providence, without some blessings from on high. And this relationship with the city, this technology over here that they used in The Mandalorian, which is the absolute latest in visual effects technology that we have access to, these are some of the blessings that blow me away, quite frankly, and further prove to me that this is something that should be in the world. We had a question about the shirts. Where are the shift shirts? We teased that last time. I'll tell you what, we have been working so hard on getting this crowdfunding launch happening, and I will continue to work on it. We're going to continue doing live streams, probably about 2 a week is what I'm thinking, that I just haven't had the space or the time to do shirts. So I don't know when shirts, maybe even hats. I'd love a hat with the Shift logo on it. I don't know when those are coming, but it's definitely something I want to do, but I don't have any answers for anybody on that. Let's see. Okay, I think I have hit all the questions. Please go to angelstudios.com/theshift. Send everybody there. So many people missed out last time. So I got message after message after message after the last crowdfunding round saying, are you doing it again? Can I get in? But no, I couldn't. I had to tell every single one of them, it's over. It's done. We got 42 days left. After 42 days, I don't know that we're going to be doing a third round. I can't imagine that we would. So treat this as this is it. This is it. This is your last chance, I believe, to get in on the shift. Don't be left behind. Don't be waiting until the last minute and saying to yourself, gosh, I wish I had gotten in. Don't be that person. If you want to invest, if you know you want to make it happen, now is the time. angelstudios.com/the shift. Spread the word. Share this live stream. We're going to be talking a lot over the next month. You're not going to be able to get rid of me. This film is exciting. Angel Studios is exciting. I'm ending this now. You have 14 minutes to go over to the site that Neal and Jeff told us about. I don't know if the moderators took note of what that site is, and maybe they want to pop that in to the yes, they did. Well, this angelstudios.com/shift is our site, yes, but what is the, I think it's just angelstudios.com. I think if you go to angelstudios.com, you should be able to find the live stream that Neal and Jeff are about to do now in 14 minutes. So please head over there. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for putting up with my my mute button powers or lack thereof. And thank you for supporting the shift and believing in this project. I am looking forward to talking with you more. We have some exciting things planned for some of these live streams. I'll give you a little tease. There is a person who has read the script recently that I believe many of you are going to be familiar with. He's read the script. I know that he liked the script, but I don't really know his reaction beyond that. And we're going to do that live. We're going to have him talk about the script, hopefully in a non-spoilery way. Somebody that I think is going to be a lot of fun to talk to. So look forward to that. I don't know when that's going to happen, but hopefully soon. Thank you again. Thank you so much for the incredible investments that have come in tonight. I'm totally blown away. We've just barely launched, and we've gotten thousands and thousands of dollars of investment already in addition to what we already had. Genuinely touched by all of you, and so grateful for all of you. And we'll talk to you again soon.